Andrew Napolitano is our senior judicial analyst, joining us live here. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Your thoughts on this?
Well, a lot of them will be able to stay because it depends on the country from which they came. Shortly after the Cuban Missile Crisis in the 60s, Congress enacted legislation. If you're from Cuba and you make it to the United States, no matter how you get here, you're a permanent resident alien under federal law. So even though there are Cubans in there, this wouldn't apply to them. Many of the people from Venezuela and Nicaragua, two countries that the Trump administration has argued are unfriendly to the United States, can easily apply for asylum. So this is a category of people, unlike those that ICE has been arresting. These are people who have assimilated into the United States. They are not charged with crimes. We don't know how they got here originally, probably illegally, but then President Biden exercised his authority to make it legal. And as you said earlier, the Supreme Court, in my view, quite properly ruled that one president can negate the exercise of discretion by a predecessor. So don't expect the 500,000 to leave immediately. Many of them have applied for asylum already, and those applications have been accepted, so they get to stay.
Yeah, but that would again be taking the steps to actually have a reason to stay in the United States.
Yes.
If you were fleeing political violence, that's a valid reason, not the economic opportunity of the United States. Let me show you how the Trump administration sees it. This is DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin releasing a statement saying the Biden administration lied to America. They allowed more than 500,000 poorly vetted aliens to enter the United States through these disastrous parole programs, granted them opportunities to compete for American jobs and undercut American workers, forced career civil servants to promote the programs even when fraud was identified, and then blamed Republicans in Congress for the chaos that ensued and the crime that followed. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I have no thoughts on the political argument here. I understand the argument she's trying to make. Many of these people did apply for asylum, and many of those applications were granted. We'll see how it works. These are not dangerous people. These are not people that ICE is trying to get off the streets because they committed crimes in foreign countries or they committed crimes here. So there doesn't seem to be any urgency on this. But on the other hand, the president can exercise his discretion. Congress has given him this discretion, and he's free to exercise it no matter how his predecessors have chosen to do so.
Right, just as President Biden moved forward with TPS. By the way, Tricia McLaughlin will be on the broadcast tomorrow at 11 a.m. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk to her about that. I wanted to move on, if we can, to Israel and Iran. There's a lot of questions here in terms of a statement that the president put out. He recently took to Truth Social saying this: the United States had nothing to do with the attack on Iran tonight. And going back to the beginning of it, but back to the statement. If we are attacked in any way, shape, or form by Iran, the full strength and might of the United States Armed Forces will come down on you at levels never seen before. However, we can easily get a deal done between Iran and Israel and end this bloody conflict. So going back to that point, that's a heavy moment. That's a heavy statement and a major threat from the President of the United States. Talk to us about that. Wartime powers.
Okay, so we have 90,000 troops, 90,000 in the Middle East, right. And most of them are not infantry. They are support troops, mechanics, technical people. If they are attacked, of course the United States can respond. That is a given under any view of this. But if the President of the United States wants to initiate an attack on Iran, does he need a declaration of war from the Congress? The short answer is no. The short answer is under the War Powers Resolution, an act passed in the 70s over President Nixon's veto. The President of the United States can wage a war as long as he informs Congress for 90 days. He gets a second 90-day period. After the 180 days, he needs permission from Congress in order to do so. So the last time the Congress declared war was December 8th, 1941. We all know what that's about. How many wars have we fought since then? 3 dozen. None of them declared. Right. The War Powers Resolution didn't come into effect until President Nixon's veto was overridden in 1973.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.